Okay, so the Benks Armor Pro Montage case is a stylish case for your S24 Ultra. For those who need a little bit more protection for their phone. Maybe you drop your phone a lot, or maybe you have kids around the house. It's well built and doesn't make your phone a lot bigger, but it definitely offers a lot of protection. My main concern about this case is the buttons, but we'll get into that later. Now let's take a look. When I had my S23 Ultra, I had a lovely Armor Air case for it, and I thought this was the best case I've ever had. In fact, this is what got me started on this whole Kevlar case craze. I'd encourage you to check that video out, it'll be linked below. Now as usual, I'm going to start this video by talking about the looks. The Benks Armor Pro series is available for a range of phones, including iPhones. They're all made of proper DuPont licensed Kevlar, which is a premium material offering durability and lightweight, two qualities that are ideal for phone cases. The color and design make it look like stealth fighter technology, so anyone who is into tech is going to be into this kind of case. If you have other Kevlar or carbon fiber gear, then this case is going to fit right in. Now there are two styles of Kevlar cases that Benks offer, like a plain style, and this normally comes with a dark grey gunmetal camera ring. And then you have the Montage case, which is my favorite, and it comes with a black camera ring. So this one has the black ring, and I definitely prefer it as it matches the style of the case a little bit better. The case grips the phone solidly and won't come away. There's a bit of give on the top by the speaker and by the bottom by the USB port cutout, and a little bit by the buttons, but this is normal. I was pleasantly surprised by the accuracy of the cutouts in this case. All of the port cutouts and even the pinpoint microphone holes are perfectly lined up with the holes on the phone. Now instead of having an offset cutout for the USB port on the bottom of the phone like the Spigen case I reviewed, this case has a little notch which looks a lot better in my opinion. As for the feel in the hand and the grip, well, this case does not add a lot of size to the phone. It's much less than the Spigen rugged armor case that I recently tried. You can check out that video using a link below in the description as well. This makes it easier for me to grip because the phone fits better in my hands. It does have a kind of a soft touch feel to it. I don't know how to describe it, but it feels a little bit powdery. I think this is just because it's brand new and it'll become grippier over time. But once you can get your hand around it, it's not going anywhere. Now the buttons. This case does not have metal buttons, something that I prefer on a case. Now, Benks Armor Air cases in the past had floating metal buttons which felt really premium. Now the buttons are just cut out, which to me is a downgrade. Not only are they not as nice to use, but the gaps mean the dust can enter the case here. However, the buttons are surprisingly clicky for being rubber, but nothing close like metal ones would be. Let's take a listen. From a usability point of view, however, they are easier to feel out and thus easier to use than the ones in the Spigen case. It also helps that the volume up and down buttons are distinctly different from the power button, so you can tell by feel which one you are about to press. Soft touch finishes do tend to attract lint, dirt, and acquire liquid stains. This is just what happens with cases like these. They can easily pick up oils from your face and become shiny. Thankfully, it all just rubs away with a piece of cloth. Moving to the inside now, the first thing you see is no microfiber lining. Now, this is common throughout the Benks case lineup. This used to be an issue back in the past, but nowadays the phone finishes tend to be very durable, and I haven't had any issues with dust causing scratching on a phone for years. I think the last phone that I had any effect on was my iPhone 7, you know, the one with the piano black finish. Yeah, that scratched up because dust got in between the phone and the case, but since then it's been pretty fine. Still, on a premium case like this, I would prefer to see a soft interior. Now for one of the main uses of a case, bump protection, one thing that Benks does get right are these patterned cutouts on the inside of the case, meant to absorb shock if you dropped your phone. There's also a little indentation on the very corner for the same purpose. The corners are the most likely place for damage to occur on a phone like the S24 Ultra. Looking now at the front glass protection, this case has quite a substantial amount of razivity on the top and bottom. This is quite common for the Ultra series from Samsung because having high sides would have a detrimental impact on the usability of the device. You can see here that even though the phone has a screen protector, the top and bottom raise over the screen protector quite a bit. The sides don't really get much over the screen protector at all, however. But if you do place your phone face down, it will rest on the top and bottom edges, leaving a nice clear gap between your screen and whatever you put it down on. With this case, you can place the phone on its front on level ground and not be worried. Looking at the camera protector is made of metal, with one ring surrounding the three main cameras and another smaller ring surrounding the other cameras and sensors. Personally, I much prefer individual rings, but I can see how it works here, especially with the black S24 Ultra. It actually looks quite seamless. Now because of this, the phone does wobble if you place it on its back. As for the front, there's a lot of razorivity on the rear cameras. Now let's talk about MagSafe. One of the beauties of this kind of case from Benks is that they make Samsung phones MagSafe compatible. This opens up a whole range of accessories that you can use, from charging stands to mounts. For example, this excellent magnetic grip which Benks also makes, and I reviewed recently, can convert any MagSafe compatible phone case to a phone case with a stand, and on phones of this size, that can come in very handy. So I really like this case, and 90% of the reason behind that is just based on the looks. I really like the black Kevlar and the metallic camera rings. I'm not such a fan of the buttons though. I think a case of this caliber deserves some nice metal buttons. Having said that, it functions well and it feels like it's really good quality. This case gets a recommendation from me. If you'd like to pick one up, use my discount code below and you'll get 15% off everything on the website. Now this video is not sponsored. Benks did send me this case for free and they sent me that code for you to use, but I don't get anything from doing this review, so I am objective in what I'm saying. So thanks for watching. If you enjoy this content, the best way that you can support me is to like and subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I put out a new video. Lastly, check out www.vinesography.com. That's where I sell a couple of my prints. You can get on mugs, mouse mats, yoga mats, whatever you want. Until next time, click one of these up here or here. It's a video that YouTube thinks you're going to be interested in. So see you next time.